Go, dare you? Didn't expect that, did you, Captain? So
Nope, I'll do it.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh,
What? Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. What are you doing? Nice to have you here. Can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me, please, in the chatters. I don't know. He's broken something. He went to get a drink of water for his dogs, and it took so long. I thought I'd start the stream anyway. Watch me get shouted at for this. Woo-hoo. One in the chat if you can hear me, please. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Smackety. I saw you straight back with a thank you, man. Saw you straight back with a pun. Pew! Just like that. Dibbles, good to see you. Wonder where the boy's gone. Uh-oh. He'll be back, no doubt. Thanks for your help, Art and Jim. Both been helpful as usual. Thank you. That means you can hear me really well, I assume. Yeah, Lil Burke, he's going to give me such a telling off. So he sloped off just before 9 to, he's coming. Where can I hide?
my internet went, I don't know. It might play up at the moment. Sorry. You're right, yeah?
I'm hiding. No, you weren't here. Oh, look, he's frozen again.
Can you hear me?
That's weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird? His face and the dog's out, and honestly, I can't tell the two apart. It's really difficult. Hello, Michael. I think, yeah, Michael Savaloy. Yeah, look, there he goes. Look, barely tell the two apart, but he's trying. Maybe if I drop out, and I'll drop out and come back again, see if that helps. Hold on to the sides, guys. How do I?
Right, I'm back. If you can hear me, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, my internet is absolutely sucking ass at the moment. What I'm going to do is copy the link, put it back to my dad. I don't know what happened, but I left him here alone for a minute. So all sorts of crazy things could have happened. Am I right? Is everyone okay? How's everyone doing? Did someone tip the caravan? No, because their bitch ass ain't fucking man enough. Right. Where is... Let me find now. Okay. So... Oh, God, no, I'm going to have to send it. You're going to have to... Wait, bear with me while I fix what happened. I don't know where Dad's gone. But bear with me. There we go. Oh, look at that. Boom. Boom. He's back. Milo, you got muddy paws. You're going to have to go to your bed just for a minute.
Holy moly.
I know.
I thought I'd lost. I thought I was lost amongst the I don't know.
Dad, I know.
What?
I've got you turned up as high as I can, but I can barely hear you. I don't know what you've done to your mic.
Hold on. While I do something. Edit mic settings. Here.
No. Just like, I mean, physically, it was on there.
Oh, how's that?
Sorry?
No. Is that any better?
That's a bit better, yeah. That works. That's a bit better.
Are you lying to me?
Hello, Dibs. How you doing? Who else we got? We got a Smack Salad in here too. It's good to see you about me. And you
Thanks for staying, guys. I did mess it up in the beginning. I do apologise.
I don't know what you did. I wasn't here, so all gone, all good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was noting Smack Salad came straight back in with a pun. Get the Ouija board out to tell my mum about the stream. She's not dead. I just hate phones. Oh. Dad jokes.
Nice. That was a good one. I thought I was going to be something else. And yeah.
Yeah, MZ was. I tell you what, MZ was straight in. Oh no,
did you try to end the stream but then hit the leave button instead?
I honestly don't know. It's far too. It's far more complex.
I was like, it's been more than 5 minutes, and he's been on.
I was on another thing. Yeah, I was chatting away on someone else's live. I don't know. No, I don't know. Dirty lefty internet needs a digital bath. Look at that.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I just over one.
Sorry. Right, we're gonna go back to this one. So, can I have everyone gets 10 internet points. Everyone. So, everyone. Do
you feel so much better off?
Everybody gets 10 internet points.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, as I was saying, sorry. When it all looked like the ship was captainless, only MZ just jumped. Yeah. I saw you. Don't think I didn't saw you. She jumped. Oh, there's no captain on this boat. I'm having it. So just so you know, Lou. Just so you know.
She's mutinous.
Right. So anyway.
She did a mutiny, Dad.
She did a mutiny. Yeah, she really did that thing. So I'm just saying. Yeah.
So, how was it? Were you okay? You made it. You survived, and the stream didn't go down.
Yes, I can't believe it didn't go down. I honestly ended up on another tab. I didn't know what was happening. You
just sent me a message going, could you restart the stream? I've lost it. I'm like,
yeah, I did send you a message. I did, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I genuinely did lose it. I'm sorry.
We made it. We made it.
Old men and computers. Okay.
Don't worry about it. I know what it's like anyway. Shit happens. But I reckon that we should... we'll start again. You ready? You ready?
Go on.
Hello, welcome back to A Couple of Burks. I am your host, Little Burke, and that one right there, well, that's Big Burke.
You're pointing the wrong way, but yes, I'm the Big Burke.
His head faces the wrong way, but he's doing all right. He's doing really well, bless him.
Yeah, thank you. Bless his little heart, cotton sock. So, what's the plan today, Maestro?
We're back. Right, so there's a whole bunch of links that I wanted to bring up. I've got loads of stuff that I was supposed to weave together to make a nice, cohesive, decent stream for the good peoples that watch. Unfortunately,
And then what happened?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Oh God, I posted the wrong one in going live. I posted somebody else's link. Then let me delete that sec. Cheers, Jim. Appreciate that. Okay, so. Right, Dad. I've got something I want to share with you. I want to teach you something, or not teach you, but I want to learn something.
I'm always willing to. I'm always up for learning, mate. Always up for learning.
Right. So let me get a couple of these links up and stuff. Or better yet, do you know what? I'll just go through what I've got written here because I was up last night and I was trying to figure out a story. There was something that I saw something, and I did a bit of diving, and yeah. So. Newsflash, Dad. According to Trump, Iran are totally defeated, right?
Oh, right. Absolutely. They've got, he's sunk their navy. He's smashed their air force. He's, what else have they got? Oh, their army. He hasn't taken their army on yet, but obviously he's got like 4,000 or 6,000 troops on their way. So that'll take care of those fucking... The man, right, here's the truth of it. America is losing on all fronts. You heard it here. All fronts, mate. They are losing. They've thrown, I don't know how many, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of missions at the Iranians, and they still come popping out again, firing off missiles and in, big volleys. Tel Aviv.
They're doing a fantastic job of dismantling a lot of their forces and destroying a lot of key sites. It isn't stopping them. Nobody's denying that. But Trump has made claims that
who knows? I mean, seriously, who knows what they're hitting now? We saw painted aircraft on concrete things outside, at military airports. Saw them taking missiles and stuff. Who knows what they're fucking shooting at? But the reply is always fucking strong, targeted, and Tel Aviv, despite what the BBC or everybody will tell you, is in fucking bits, starting to look like Gaza. So, hey, how come you look like me? Oh, he's off again. But yeah,
no, I'm not off. I was just letting you. I was letting you do your thing. I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh, sorry, did you fall asleep? But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Anyway, America's taking
back to this, right? Give me just a minute or two, and I think, Dad, you're going to be really quite surprised about some things that I've got to say. So, obviously, Trump is recently saying that Iran are totally defeated, which is completely undermined by the fact, as you said before, that the Pentagon is moving around 2,000 paratroopers and around 4,500 Marines to the region in recent days. So his claims of victory are actually total bullshit. You know what I mean? They're totally defeated. That's totally bollocks. The president has quietly increased the minimum enlistment age for United States Army to 42, up from the previous 35.
Oh,
now, interestingly, they have also removed some restrictions around cannabis charges, which previously prevented people from joining the forces. And that's part of their broader effort to deal with the recruitment struggles that the Army's faced in recent years. Now, Defense Secretary, I'm so sorry, I need to clear my throat. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Pete Hegseth is Defense Secretary, is he not? Or Secretary for War, he calls himself, doesn't he? He would just
That's one from the Department of War. So he's also announced. So here's how it goes. The president has increased the maximum enlistment age for the United States Army to 42, up from the previous 35. Pete Hegseth has announced an extension to its invitation to bring back service members who were kicked out after refusing the COVID vaccination. So here's how it works. In 2021, there was a mandate from the Pentagon that pushed service members to either be vaccinated or forced to leave the forces. Over the course of 500 days, nearly 8,000 active duty and reserve service members were involuntarily separated from their post for refusing to take the vaccine.
Go on.
But last year, adjudicated rapist and man-baby Donald J. motherfucking Trump created an executive order, or at least signed an executive order, he doesn't make any of these things, to override that mandate, which would reinstate the service members if they wanted to join back. It was an invitation, but that invitation was supposed to run out next month. Now, Pete Hegseth and the Department of Sucking Donald Trump's shriveled peepee have now extended that date by another year. So, what this means is, coupled with the fact that they're changing the marijuana rules and everything, if you're a 42-year-old stoner who refused the COVID shot, it's okay. You could still get shot.
Wow. I mean, this is all. It's there's a world war coming, mate. We all know it. We're in it. The only reason we don't think we're in it is because we haven't got any anything exploding up here yet. But yeah, it's fucking hell. Conscription for the Americans. That's a big move too. I mean, America's a fucking huge country that encompasses a lot of people. I don't know how
I don't
many.
know about conscription. I didn't say conscription.
No, conscription's coming. These are the moves for conscription. Sorry.
Do you think?
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
Conscription?
This is conscription's coming. Yeah.
I really don't think so. I really can't see that happening at all for this war. Like, not even a little bit. There's just no way. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. Not
Okay.
yeah. In my opinion, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. We're Burks, not experts, so
Absolutely, yes. And these are absolutely. These are just, and that's why people get so. Why it amuses me when people get so fucking wound up about what we say. It's just a couple of opinions.
Just a couple of Burks.
We're just a couple of Burks doing our thing.
Just to show you guys. I'm not making it up. Let's have a quick gander here. This is the Department of War extending its invitation to bring back troops separated for refusing the COVID-19 vaccination. There you go. These are some of the numbers that I was referencing before. In 2021, Pentagon officials issued a mandate that forced service members to either be vaccinated for COVID-19 or forced out of the military. Over the course of 500 days, nearly 8,000 active duty and reserve service members were involuntarily separated for refusing to take the vaccine. Oh, and obviously many others left voluntarily when their enlistment ended rather than renewing their contract and carrying on with their forces because they didn't necessarily agree with the directions that the Pentagon was taking them at that time. So last year, Donald Trump signed that executive order. But recently, our good buddy Pete Hegseth has changed that deadline. Where is it here? To next year. So they've extended the invitation that nobody wanted.
Mate. Yeah, I mean it's all to get bodies in, isn't it? It's all to get warm bodies in.
Well, they're constantly missing their recruitment targets. The United States Army. It's less and less and less popular as time goes on. Let's have a look at this tab here now.
Which to me again points towards fucking conscription. They haven't got enough soldiers and airmen and shit at the moment. Never mind fucking once a war starts. If he's talking about invading, if he's talking about anything else than Carg Island invading, he's completely off his tits, and the whole place will turn red with blood. The whole fucking Gulf. It would be disastrous.
He can keep bomb suppressing that area for now, can't he? Like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Trump holds all the cards. Obviously, Iran are doing an outstanding job. It's horrendous. I hate missiles, and it's bad. Do you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, without glazing up Iran, is that they're absolutely they're holding their own. It's not a complete and a washout like the news is telling you. If it was, we wouldn't have incredibly steep energy prices at the moment. It's reaching record-breaking fucking highs, for long periods of time, for years. Highest it's ever been, and it's only going to get much worse.
I don't know if you saw today, Trump was proudly boasting that Iran, I think this is the present. He was boasting the other day that Iran had given him a lovely present, but he couldn't share with us what it was. So, and then it seems he said, I think today or yesterday, that Iran had let 8 ships pass through the Straits of Hormuz, whatever it's called. The
Strait of Hormuz, Dad?
Yeah.
The Strait of Hormuz used to just be called the Strait of Moose before your mum went there.
Fucking hell! What?
I'm sorry, Nan. Don't hate me.
You kidnapped fucking. You took my boy away.
Yeah, I saw that's not an original joke. I just when you said the Strait of Hormuz, I was like, I saw something where this elderly man was stood in front of a chalkboard.
Don't make excuses now.
And he was like, interestingly, the Strait of Hormuz was actually called just the Strait of Muz before your mum went there.
You fucking weirdo.
I tried it on see if it didn't. That's my nan. I'm sorry. Nan.
So, Iran, back to the war. Trump's been boasting about fucking, how they've got no Navy, Air Force, all that, and they're fucked and they're not doing anything. And then they're trying so hard to fucking to surrender. He's saying, isn't he, that they're trying so hard to fucking do a deal. And Iran's answer to that has always been another barrage of missiles. Every time he said it, another barrage of missiles. This is our answer to Trump. They will have this fucking surrender on their terms. This peace, if it's coming, they'll have it on their terms and not on the US's. And they seem quite determined. And all they have to do, as we were saying, really, I say all they have to do, say it quickly, is survive. America's at extreme range, aren't they? They've got a massive logistics fucking chain and stuff. They've got all kinds of problems taking on Iran. Iran just has to sit there and survive, basically. Let's see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. And I do agree with you about, this is on Iran's terms now. Obviously, America created the war. Sorry, America and Israel created the war, and I'm being possessed by the ghost of a Zionist tonight, Dad. It's preventing me from talking.
The Zionist has his throat around you. No,
and I'll come back and be like, all right, Greater Israel Project, let's go. No, right, no. So the way I see it at the moment is this is obviously America.
Next time we're out walking, I'm going to splash you with a puddle, mate. Carry on.
Right, so Trump is trying to paint this picture that everything is absolutely fine, whilst also quietly raising the ages of enlistment for the US Army, removing the legal conviction restrictions for cannabis, as well as the Department of War have also been extending the deadline for the invitation of rejoining after the whole COVID-19 thing that happened with the Pentagon after that mandate.
So these are the most
look like they're starting to that it's not as pretty a picture, and the behind the veil isn't what's happening. I'm not making any sense.
These are the people they want back because they're already trained. Do you know what I mean? There's no, if they get these people back, that's 8,000 people don't need a year's training. After that, who knows how it'll go? But let's see how many respond to this.
I will say that as it happens, that's a really, really interesting point because that's a point that's made in either one of these articles, either this one or the DOW extended invitation one. But they mentioned that by lifting the ceiling, as it says there, lifting the previous ceiling of 35 years old to 42, they're trying to imply that they'll be easier to train. There'll be this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, you didn't want them in the first place. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know what I mean?
But when you need them, I mean, that was when
they're even better than the other ones. It's like, is it really that though? Are you sure you're not just chatting?
It takes a lot of training to train people. To train anyone in the military, it takes a lot of full-time training.
What do you think about this, though? The Army has also removed restrictions upon recruits who have a single conviction for possession of marijuana or associated items such as bongs, pipes, and spoons. What the fuck? Spoons is right.
That's for them serial killers. Sorry.
Somebody who's been doing fucking who works at the DOW has been they're like, oh yeah, anyone that's got things, things that are associated with weed, bongs, pipes, spoons, and then when it comes to it, he replies for his thingy, they'll be like, you've got conviction for thingy. He's like, no, spoons are actually not to do with heroin. they're actually part of the cannabis scene now. I'll have you know. spoons. Spoons are not a stoner thing. What the?
Have you not
fuck?
seen anyone fucking shoving it up the nose, snorting it off a spoon? Marijuana.
Is that cereal afterwards?
You grind it up, right, and then you set fire to it as you do, get it smoking properly, and then you close one nostril and you bang the spoon. Don't do this to anyone listening. Please don't do this.
It's not real. We're having a laugh.
I haven't tried it, but yeah, bang that against your nostrils and suck that, and that's how that works. And that's why they want spoons to be fucking spoons.
Or Coke spoons. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they do use spoons as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Right. No, like, I'm sorry. That has got to be.
Hey, look who's here. Welcome, Chief.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie either. Chief's just coming in.
We
He's
missed
coming
it.
strong. I'm liking where his head's at, right? I like this already. You can
Well,
hot
'cause
knife.
you can hot knife with a spoon.
That's the best comment
Those
all
were the
day.
days. Those were the days, Chief. When
Fucking love
Pop was,
Chief sometimes. Sometimes, mate, you're
fucking-
witty as fuck.
back in the days when the Rocky was fucking cheap, and you had to hot knife it to get anything out of it. Them were the days. My gosh,
Hot knife.
I made some great friends around a cooker.
I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to be talking about warring Iran and stuff, but I've just got the fact that they've put for marijuana associated items such as bongs, pipes, and spoons. What the?
Yeah,
fuck?
that's for Chiefy, because he bloody knew. He knew. Chiefy, there's positions opened up for you in the American Army, if you like, mate. You've missed most of it, but basically they've extended the ages, so old blokes like you can still get in. I'd be jumping off straight away if I was you. Anyway, we missed you, Chiefy. Apparently.
Right, there's not enough room there. Milo, do you want to come in? Come on, you both want to jump on the pillows over there, but come over here, and there's more space. Sit up. That was a good move, wasn't it? We enjoyed that. A good bit of thinking. It's like, oh, look at that, got extra space. Which is exactly what I was telling you, mate. Right. Fucking spoons.
Should time Chiefy out because we missed him.
Oh, god damn it. It's marijuana associated items. Spoons.
It's tickled your thing, that, hasn't it?
That's really tickled me. That's some cokehead is convinced whoever wrote these rules, Pete Hegseth probably, is convinced. He's like, yeah, and spoons as well. Spoons, in case anybody, not me, anybody has a conviction where they've been caught with cannabis.
Spoons, he said, as he leant over the table to sign it, and a little Coke spoon on a chain popped out from his shirt. Yeah.
Oh god, that's hilarious. I'm so sorry, but weed spoons is the funniest thing I've read. I didn't even notice that the first time around I was reading.
Oh well, it doesn't take much, does it?
It doesn't. It doesn't take much. A weed spoon. You fucking funny people. What a funny group of people.
Oh, do you know?
So yeah, previously such a conviction would require a special waiver from officials in the Pentagon, with the recruit having to wait 24 months to enlist and passing a drug test. So if you've been caught with a weed spoon, you have to wait 24 months to enlist and pass a drug test. But now, I guess you don't. So that's cool.
It would seem so, yeah. Yeah. Let's, before you go any further in, you know what we missed last time?
What did we miss last time?
There was a story about far left terrorism, wasn't there?
Yeah, I've got it in the thingy for this one.
Oh, go on then. Sorry, I didn't know because it's a big secret.
No, let's get to it now if you want. Yeah, we'll have a look.
It's probably as good a time as any. Yeah, showing that extremism is not only on the right. Sometimes, as the right claim, all the time, but sometimes there is some fucking wrong bastards on the other side as well. Yeah. Have you got a story for that? Or have you?
Bear with me just 1 second. Scrolling through, I've got to find it. This one, I don't know where I've put it, but I'll just go to YouTube.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, do you want to put me the link in either the Me Dad, drop it in the Me Dad section or something, copy paste it?
I will, if you guys will just hold your wombats 1 second. And
faster, Dad, faster.
Hey,
People
where do you want it? Where do you want it? In the media assets, style, widget, notes.
Well, you can't put it there, can you? If you're already in the stop, I love you. We're going to sit on our hands for a second. We're going to open up. I'm just messing. I'm sorry. Private chat will work just fine. Stick it in the Discord, wherever, anywhere where I'll get a notification.
You're a naughty boy, you sometimes. You're looking at it more than arm's length sometimes.
It's
Not that we would condone violence.
It fucking does.
Meh. Somebody forgot to print the word pipe after the word spoon.
Here we go. See, this is crazy. These guys are absolutely fucking insane. Italian anarchists blow themselves up while making a bomb.
Can you full screen it?
Is it not full screened? Do you want me to zoom? Oh, okay. Do you want me to do this?
Beautiful.
Or better yet, actually, do you know what we'll do? We'll do this. Boom. And then look, you can still see us and your beautiful dog and my beautiful face. Let's have a look here.
My beautiful dog.
Do you reckon his kids would? Oh, by the way, there was an interesting question put forward by the mutinist MZ. Or more of a pondering. She was, I wonder if Trump would not let his, if Trump would let his sons join these wars, lift the restrictions for everyone else while he himself is a draft dodger. That is a fucking proper point. He is a draft dodging bastard. And he's making it easier for everybody else to do it.
Absolutely. This is typical of what happens during wars. These people that start the wars won't even suffer through losing family because fucking, they won't let them fucking join. It's crazy, mate. It's fucking crazy. People put up with this shit every time there's a fucking war. Every fucking time. The poor people take this shit. Only the poor people. It's fucking wrong. So let's get back to these Italian anarchists, please.
Yeah, take the lead if you want that.
Okay, so local reports suggest they were planning a protest in support of jailed figurehead Alfredo Cospito. And there you can see the word somebody, 41 busy torture, Alfredo, whatever his name is. So, yeah, it seems like they're saying he's been tortured. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's political graffiti in support of political graffiti in support of anarchist Alfredo Cospito. That's right.
Yeah. So, 2 Italian anarchists were killed.
2 Italian architects blew themselves up. Those architects, they're always at it, aren't they?
When their pencils exploded. Right. Have you finished?
No, I haven't. There's got to be another.
All right.
Okay, right. Fine. I'll come back to it. I'll circle back. You do your thing. 2
Italian antichrists were killed in No. Right. 2 Italian anarchists were killed in an explosion at a cabin on the outskirts of Rome, apparently while making a bomb, media reports said Saturday. It's probably a good guess, that. The couple, named as Sarah Ardizoni and Alessandro Mercogliano, how do you think about that? Died on Friday while preparing a protest meant to draw attention to the fate of jailed anarchist figurehead Alfredo Cospito, Italian media reports said. So the couple were known to the police for their activism in the anarchist movement. Seems a strange sentence to put there. Yeah. Cospito, who is 58, is serving a 20-year sentence for a series of parcel bombs and attacks targeting the authorities. Oh, he's a bomber himself. He's being held in highly restrictive prison conditions applied to terrorists and mafia members, which some rights groups have condemned as excessively harsh. You've seen these people get marched about with only bent over double so they can only see the floor when they're marched about and stuff. It's incredible. Cospito staged a hunger strike 3 years ago in protest at the measures known as 41 bis. That's what was on the wall, isn't it? After an article in Italy's prison code. A court is set to rule in May whether to relax his detention conditions, and the press suggested Ardizoni and Mercogliano could have been preparing a bombing to draw public attention to his case. It seems like it. The La Repubblica, excuse my fucking Italian, newspaper reported that they'd been preparing an attack, which it said was not aimed at killing people, but an act of protest. That's dodgy. Arizona had told a court during a 2025 trial that she and Mercogliano were partners in life and in the struggle, according to the Corriere della Sera newspaper. She defended violent protest in her testimony, telling the court, "There's an enormous difference between the violence of the oppressed and that of the oppressors. The former follows an ethical code, the latter none." And I think that's a really telling comment there. That's a one of life's truisms, isn't it? There's an enormous difference between the violence of the oppressed and that of the oppressors. The former allows an ethical code, the latter none. So yes, that's what was said there. So these guys blown themselves up, and I wouldn't believe for a minute, I'm sorry, left wingers or not, that it was meant as a demonstration or a protest. You can't fucking predict that with bombs. You can't predict where people will walk. Bombs explode, both when you're not ready for them and fucking when there's people there. And that's, you can't say you're preparing a bomb just to enlighten people. It's fucking crazy.
Don't worry about it. No. But so with these people now, obviously, because obviously anarchism is it's on the political spectrum and it's on the far left of political spectrum, it's possibly a good opportunity to talk about the political spectrum. So what it is essentially, if you think of like the sort of political compass or the political map, or compass, I don't know which way is better of saying it. There is a concept called left and right of the political spectrum. And the political spectrum is a grouping of ideologies and ideas that would govern the way in which we live and the economic structure that we live in. That's kind of like a reduced way. That's my understanding, reduced down. And so what happens is you get these range of different ideas. On one side, you'll have anarchism, which would be on the left, on the far left side. On the other side, you'll have, like, say, fascism, which is on the far right side. And all of these different intertwining, intermingling different ideas in the middle. Some completely removed from others. But it's not like left is less severe than right is severe. It's not like the right hand side of the spectrum is more extreme severity, like in terms of like governance and style and like authoritarianism, and then the same with the other way. There is authoritarianism in leftism as well. It's a whole big range of stuff, and there's
also a belief in violence. You have to accept some people are more prone to violent beliefs than others.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% they are.
And this is an example that it can infect both sides. It really can. Don't do violence, folks.
Don't do violence. Violence bad.
No. So we did Arika. What's this? Arika Balmoshi. Well, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Please try not to spam too much there. But I will answer your question about. Your point about Lebanon, saying they're trying to take Lebanon. We did discuss this last time, if you remember. They've made 1 million people fucking homeless within a couple of hours in the south of Lebanon. We know that, and we know that they're fucking setting up bases now as a huge land grab, all part of the Greater Israel Project. Fucking horrible, isn't it? Fucking horrible. Under cover of this war, they're also fucking kicking off against them. And it's not only them, is it? It's not only them that are suffering, fuckers. But yeah, that's that. So how are we doing, young fella?
We're doing well. So I've just got this article up here. Israel used white phosphorus to scorch earth in South Lebanon. Human Rights Watch and others say they have documented use of a weapon in civilian this weapon in civilian areas in the war on Gaza, as well as thingy. So let me just get to this. This was in Lebanon, it was in South Lebanon. But yeah, so there you go.
And this is them clearing that fucking land. They're fucking, white phosphorus. Civilized countries don't use white phosphorus. They have a ban against it. Obviously, Israel isn't a civilized country anymore.
Do you want to take the lead on this article, Dad?
Yeah, when the M825 series 155 mil artillery projectile bursts, expelling its felt wedges containing white phosphorus. It leaves a distinctive knuckle-shaped plume. This is how the Human Rights Watch researchers said they were able to verify that Israel was again using the notorious weapon over South Lebanon, reigniting accusations that it is breaking the laws of war. But it will be noted that neither Iran nor Israel are signatories to, I don't know about Lebanon, but I know Iran and Israel, neither are signatories to the Geneva Convention. I still suppose some of these rules of war apply, or I don't know. The New York-based rights group said it had verified and geolocated 8 images showing airburst white phosphorus munitions exploding over residential areas in the southern Lebanese town of Yomor in the opening days of Israel's assault during the war on Gaza. Since then, more videos have emerged purporting to show white phosphorus munitions exploding over South Lebanon, and researchers say that with 800,000 Lebanese displaced from the region after Israeli forces ordered them to leave, many more uses may have gone undocumented. Look at this, man. 800,000. I said a million. It was a guess, but it's 800,000 Lebanese people displaced. That's 800,000 fucking women, children, fucking mothers, kids, aunties, uncles, all that. You've got an hour. Get the fuck out. What I mean, they take nothing, not even time to pack up and take anything. Just get the fuck out of there, because look what's coming. White phosphorus. It's fucking disgraceful. Fucking disgraceful. So in the last week, Israeli soldiers have been facing fierce resistance from Hezbollah fighters in South Lebanon, despite an intense bombing campaign. In recent days, Israeli forces have bombed roads, petrol stations, bridges, and medical centers in an effort to cut South Lebanon off from the rest of the country. It's absolutely Greater Israel land grab. There's a big discussion to be had here about Israel and the way it's behaving, and the fact that it's got so much support from its fucking civilian population as well. Zionism is fucking proud and strong.
I just want to clarify something before we move on, because I know you wanted to talk about Israel and stuff as well. But just before we do, because there was an interesting comment in the chat here about white phosphorus isn't banned because it has legitimate uses. But those legitimate uses aren't for being dropped on civilians or just dropped on people in use of the weapon. It's not. Yeah. So it says here, so from the information that I found, and I've put it in the chat here for the people, that white phosphorus is not explicitly banned as a weapon, but its use is tightly regulated by international law. So that's the Geneva Convention, Protocol 3 on incendiary weapons.
You see
it's illegal to use for a smoke screen.
It's legal to
signaling, but using it as incendiary weapons against civilians or in civilian areas is prohibited.
Okay, so I was going to say, you see it popping off on the top of these, you know, when you see the videos from Russia, Ukraine thing, the tank battles, you see white phosphorus popping off from near the top of the tanks all the time as a smoke screen. Yes, it has legitimate uses for that. It's really smoky, but yeah, nobody. The problem with and the reason it's so bad for anyone that doesn't know, the reason that you can't use, or you're not supposed to use, white phosphorus against humans is that if it lands on your skin, it doesn't stop burning. It burrow into your flesh, and it will keep burning as long as there's something around it to burn. It just doesn't stop. It's dreadful stuff. Dreadful stuff. You know, you can't put it out in water or anything either. So yes, it's a dreadful fucking weapon. So, where were you at, mate? Have we? Was there more to this or not?
Yeah, there is. I'm so sorry. What I was just doing was. This was dropped into the chat as well by one of our moderators who says, look, I'm old enough to remember Fallujah.
Oh, mate, they were dreadful.
The US were admitting to using white phosphorus weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't fucking smoke screening either. Then when America was using it, what a fucking horrible weapon. You know.
Yeah, Dad, this is exactly what you were saying. Do you want to read that bit there?
Okay, yeah, it burns to the bone in contact with skin, and it was not covered by international conventions on chemical weapons. Yeah, it's dreadful stuff. You won't put it out; it'll just keep burning, until it's used itself up.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it? So let's come down to here. Oh, sorry, wrong bit. Wrong one. Let's have another look, anyways. There you go.
Buffer zone, fucking buffer zone.
Land grab, potentially.
Yeah, I mean they could make a land. They could make a buffer zone out of their own land, surely.
If they wanted to, they absolutely could. They could make a buffer zone along the border there, and there's no reason why they couldn't, really. But obviously, they're not going to do that. And this is the thing, isn't it? So this is something that, you know, because I have also been alive for more than a minute, so I can see that whenever Israel creates things like buffer zones and that, sometimes it gives them back, you know, like it did with Egypt. It nicked that bridge and places there as well, and then handed them back, you know, at some point. But
Yeah.
Traditionally, especially when we're talking about Palestine or surrounding areas, it doesn't. It was a tiny little place that got bigger. It kept taking buffer zones. It kept creating, you know, oh, well, we've got to oversee this area, and we might as well put our own buildings up here and make it our own. We might as well keep doing that same process over and over again until they've accidentally captured an entire nation or carved themselves out a bigger, greater Israel.
Yeah. I'd like to mention this later. See that? About the ambulance.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll
I mean, we can talk about it now. Absolutely fucking horrendous. Who the fuck burns ambulances, man? Apart from Israel, of course, but
apart from Israel, right? Yeah. I mean, you couldn't see a better fucking fake fucking thing.
I don't. I'm really not, because for starters, you've got absolutely nothing at all that says that it's fake. And
no, these are only opinions. You know that these are just opinions. These are just opinions, and my opinion is that this is absolutely a self-done thing.
I think that's a wild take. I'm not going to lie, because there's no evidence to say that it is, like none, unless you know. Is there anything that says that it's?
Let me tell you something. Iran can fire a missile 1,400 fucking kilometers and put it through your fucking letterbox. They ain't gonna fucking. Do you know what I mean? Why would they do that?
Oh no, I wasn't saying that. Like, it was. I'm feeling that you're implying maybe false flag.
Yes.
Any evidence of that, rather than what Iran can.
Yes, some old. I tell you, my evidence is some old fucking out of date ambulances that were due for replacement anyway, being replaced by the British taxpayer because they fucking scammed us. How about that?
I'm still not seeing how that equates to a sort of a government scale, I guess. Conspiracy. I don't think no, that doesn't explain away anything really as to them burning down and it being attributed to the people it's being attributed to. There's no discrepancy there. There's no, you know.
Well, our government, our Friends of Israel government, you mean?
I'm not, but what does that have to do with the ambulances setting fire? There's no connection there. There's no.
Do you not think? Do you not think it was like you can set fire to them and I know we'll replace them?
And what? Sorry.
And we'll get them replaced from the British government.
No, I don't. I mean, could it be an insurance job? Maybe. I'm not.
No, I think it's insurance job, yeah, but
people have been arrested, but it's not that it's. I was talking about false flag, not necessarily.
Have they been released on bail, Michael? Fancy foul. There's a thing. I don't know. See, I have no. This is still a breaking story. I think this is going to end up back at Israel's door. Okay. That's where I think it will end up.
I know, but there is no reason. Also, as well, I just want to say that this is what about this story. This is why I've not really mentioned it previously, because it does have the tendency to lend itself to conflation of Jews and Israel immediately. As soon as someone sees the word Jewish, they're like, right, Israel. and it's not. They're entirely separate things. Most Jewish people don't live in Israel. Most Jewish people go off. You know what I mean?
This is true. This is true, but not everybody knows this, do they?
No, not everybody knows this, and so yeah. So then what happens is, when it comes to like now at the moment, a lot of people are like, either false flag or they're talking about it on a grander scale. They start talking about Israel and stuff, and I understand that, you know. So let's have a look into the story, and I'll be a bit more informed before we. What I'm trying to say is that obviously it's.
No, go on, please.
Yeah, we'll go through it because it is an anti-Semitic hate crime. I'm totally on board with that. I totally get that, and obviously, you know, these people should be arrested. I mean, should they be bailed while other people were fucking suffering in prison for holding up placards? That's one thing, but
I'll tell you what. Not only is that one thing, so they've only captured 2 out of the 3. Why would they release the 2?
But they're on bail. I imagine it's because they think that there's no, you know, I don't know how the police work. I'm not saying that they've got a good, decent, logical reason.
Seems weird.
But, yeah, I
don't know. What do you think in the chat? Is that weird or is that me? That they've so they're looking for 3 people. They've arrested 2 of them and granted them bail to wander around. Both are British nationals. Fancy that.
Both what?
British nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like it's not this. I'm going to say it. I'm going to outright say it. There is no conspiracy here. There's none of it. There's nothing that even because when we boil it down and we go right, what's the evidence for this conspiracy? It's just I feel it'll come back to us. It might be attached to it.
That's me. Yeah. Absolutely, that's me.
Yeah. But that right there is just a feeling, and the conflation. As soon as you hear the word Jewish, if your mind immediately goes to Israel, that's not.
No, if you said Zionist,
not healthy.
Yeah.
And that's being again.
This is me. It's my opinion, as I say, but you know, it's just my opinion. You don't have to, you know, demonstrate that you're so against it.
No, but I know. But because we are broadcasting our opinions and stuff, it's important to do it in a way that's like, okay, well, here's what I know, rather than just sheer. Oh, I saw the word Jewish, so we're going to immediately go. Do you know what I mean? That's yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you've quite got me right there, but yeah. But
I don't think I have.
Take it on the chin. It's fine.
I've realised how that sounded. That's not quite what I'm saying. Or yeah, I don't mean you in general. I think what it is because I've seen a lot about this particular story and a lot of other people being like, from both sides, being like, aha, this is evidence that this group are pretty evil. And it's like, no, it's evidence of 3 absolute disgusting pieces of shit. And of all things to target, ambulances. Like fucking
ambulances have been burned before without it being talked about in fucking Parliament.
First I've heard of it. I've personally never heard of it.
I'm sure they have. Ambulances have been burned at riots and things, haven't they? You know.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah, totally. And again, that you know, that's the same thing. I think it's different when it's a targeted hate crime. I think that's.
I think it's been treated quite differently. Than it would normally be. I think that was the aim.
Okay, it's all right.
And I think that was the aim. That's me.
Yeah, So I think it's been treated the same as any other. If somebody, the difference is between that and like a riot or something where an ambulance gets burnt is because, you know, like people targeting, smashing things up that are random, an ambulance happens to come through. But when it's a targeted hate crime thing, I think that's why it gets a lot more attention and stuff as well. And if it was any other community minority group within the UK that had private ambulances and things targeted in that manner where they were set on fire, I think that yeah.
Would it? You think it would make the House of Commons?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
because it's a hate crime targeting the fucking ambulancing systems. When was the last time you heard of a hate crime like that?
They're private. They're not ambulance. They're private.
A private ambulance.
Well, these things that were burned.
The ambulances, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't NHS fucking ambulances.
No, I didn't say they were, but they were ambulances.
Yeah, private ones.
Yeah. We're saying the same things. That's I promise. We say the exact
same. No, we are. Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, they were private.
Ambulances being targeted. Like I say, I don't know any other case where that's happened, where a minority group's private ambulances and other groups do have those things. It's not a unique thing specific to that particular group, but there's lots of groups that do have that, and I've never heard of that. So I think that's pretty wild.
Okay. You can.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I just think anyone targeting anything that's an ambulance, man, like an ambulance of all the like a police car, right? Police are a symbol of the government. They're there to enforce the laws and legislation that the power put in, and like I can understand that there's a struggle. Not that it's ever right to target them, but of all the emergency workers, they make more sense slightly because they are part and parcel with the system and the government. They're there to protect it and enforce it. Whereas the ambulance are very much like the fire workers. That it's not politically, no one fucking gives a shit. Like they're ambulance workers. You know what I mean? They're not in there. They're not in the political game. Like it's fucking mental. It's like targeting firemen or fucking something. And I've seen that happen. People do that. Like they'll target like emergency workers like that, and that always blows my mind.
Like what? What are you on about now?
People targeting emergency workers, like of all the things to target, an ambulance. Like,
yeah, no emergency workers were targeted in this thing.
Well, they did plead guilty with intent to endanger life. That was,
What? They've been released after pleading guilty.
No, right, okay, I didn't mean pleaded guilty. They've been charged with and said yes, to what do you call it? To arson with intent to endanger life.
And they've been released.
No, they're on bail. They've not been released. They're on bail.
Well, released on bail, of course.
Yeah, on bail. Yeah.
Okay.
I know people that have set fire to houses that have made bail.
Who?
Let me put his name in the back. I don't want to say it out loud here. But and afterwards went to prison.
Well, there you go. That's okay. It's okay. You don't have to put it in.
I spelled the name wrong, but do you see the name in the back there?
Yeah.
And that was a drug thing as well. From what I'd heard, he was properly like preyed upon by a dealer who then was like, "Listen, I own a property that I need you to set fire to for insurance money." And then originally because out of fear of this person, when he got caught, he was fed up with loads of drugs and loads of things, broke the window, left his blood at the scene. They found his DNA. They arrested him, and because he was so scared of this guy, pled guilty to arson with intent of endangering life.
Okay.
And in the end, they realised it was an insurance job, and so they lowered the thingies, and he was released after time served. But yeah, that was wild. He was released on bail as well. But yeah, it's crazy targeting things. But here's a really interesting story, Dad. How do you feel about it? We've kind of talked about it previously because it was introduced in Australia, I believe. But we're not under 16, so let's give our opinion on this. It doesn't affect us. But yeah,
okay. Swoosh. Right. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Peers defy government by pushing for UK social media ban for under 16s. Fuck. How hard is that going to be to police? The House of Lords has again supported a proposal to ban under 16s in the UK from social media platforms, as the government was urged to act quicker to protect children. Peers voted 266 to 141 in favour of Conservative former Minister Lord Nash's amendment to the Children's Wellbeing in School Bill. It is the second time peers have defeated the government over the proposal, which would give ministers 12 months to decide which social media platforms should be unavailable. Technology Minister Baroness Lloyd of EFRA. Where the fuck's EFRA? It's not if we act, but how has she defended the government's decision to consult on whether the UK should follow Australia by introducing a ban? Did you hear that? It was Australia. I was ahead of Wednesday's debate in the Lords. The government also said social media bans, digital curfews and time limits on apps are to be trialled in the homes of 300 UK teenagers. The pilots will last for 6 weeks. I can imagine there's going to be 300 phones out at the back in somebody's garden in the rain because people have got pissed off with it. Some campaigners and experts have offered their support for a ban, but others have warned the restrictions could be circumvented or push children to darker corners of the internet.
This is important to notice because they've recently done the online bill, the online act. I can't remember the online safety bill. Do you remember that? recently,
Yes.
where they you have to show your ID to watch porn and stuff now. Well, that didn't work, and in fact, apparently, and I'll find some information to back this up in just a second. From what I remember, more children post-ban were accessing those things than before, and that kids simply just switched over to VPNs. These things are so easy to negate, and as you mentioned before about how do they police it, like how do you police it? It's unpoliceable. It feels like, but now the government are also talking about banning potentially VPNs.
I know. But you're also, I mean, a lot of this relies on parents as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, hugely.
As it fucking should.
All right, devil's advocate.
Parents going, come on, it's fucking like 9 o'clock. Give us your phones.
Is it just as easy? I'm not a parent, so like, is it just as easy as saying like it's the parents' job, or is it that like the parents have a lot to deal with at the moment? You know what I mean? Like, and now they've got to learn this whole internet safety thing. Like, I don't know if you can not rely on parents, but like, I don't know, should it be more educational? Should we introduce them to social media, a safer version of it or something? How then do you get them off? It's so complicated, isn't it? There's so many different. How would they do this?
Just do it, right? Every home could be given a little rack that they can put at the bottom of the stairs or in the hallway if it's a bungalow, with a space for every child's phone on it. And when it's bedtime, the child puts their phone in that rack, and then they go to bed, and it stays there, and every parent can see whether the phone's there or in the bedroom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When all the phones are in.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, but then like, then you know, like do you know what? I saw one, and I can't remember whose child it was. It was some celebrity. I'm sure it was a famous person's child, or whatever. But they were like, "Oh, my mum's really like restricting me. She's taking away my phone." And it says posted from iPhone, and then the next one said like posted from personal computer, and then it's like, "Oh, she's had my PC posted from Nintendo Switch," and in the end, it was like, "Oh, she'll never keep me offline." Posted from Samsung fridge. Everything is smart nowadays, Dad.
Cool. But that's good, you know, something like that. Just come on, parents as well. You know, don't let the government run everything for you, for fuck's sake. The government isn't your nanny. Look after your kids. That's one of the things, because it is. So, you know, the internet has become another danger. You don't have to know that much about it, Luke. Just to know that it is another danger, and you should get them off it when they go to bed, when they're on their own, and make sure that they're proper fucking educated about it. It's a dangerous thing. Yeah. Educate them about it.
Education. It's fucking
absolutely
that's the only way, isn't it?
Yeah, education is the only way forward. For so many things. Shelley Moe, I'm with you here. I didn't know these things were.
They're not.
I've never heard of anyone else being picked up in one of those ambulances that live in that. What was it called? That place? I can't remember. But in that place, I'm looking to see where it was. What was it called? So there you go.
Put a question mark on that. Never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, okay. They're not like. Yeah, no, it's.
So Greg Flant's got it here. He says they were set up in a Jewish area, but openly said they'd help anyone in that community.
And again, it's not the only community to have done that. There are like the Muslim community have done that, or Muslim communities, because not every, it's not a monolith. And it was in Golders Green. It was, yeah. So that was, that's that. It really isn't an unusual thing to do. It's obviously with the struggling NHS and people wanting to look at other alternatives so they can help people out. Some people get together and people look after their communities, and that's just a way of that. you know, it wasn't anything. And that's another thing as well. I think that some people, not yourself or anyone like that, but and nobody in this chat either, which is quite relieving. But I have seen some people are like, wait, Jewish only ambulances? Well, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit mental. It's not quite like that. When it comes to like access to private ambulances and things like that, it is something that you can buy, and communities can come together to create things like that and systems like that for themselves. And obviously, these people who have admitted to it being a hate crime, by the way, as far as I'm aware, from what I was reading, and we can go back to the story in a minute, but yeah, they've been charged at least, anyways, with it being, you know, for hate crime reasons and for arson with intent to endanger life. Which, regardless if anybody was there or not, I mean, they're 24 hours, so anybody could have been there. And also, it's, you know, preventing help from reaching that community quicker in the way that they know it. So the first thing they do, instead of phoning a normal ambulance, maybe to phone this ambulance. Only trouble is, they're now on fire.
Well, I've just read a fascinating little bit of insight. Well, I don't know if it's insight or not.
Subject we know little about. You know, different communities.
I need to put this. I've got this thing, right? I'll put it in the back so you can have a look. Fuck, where are you? Oh, there you are. I'll put it in the back so you can have a look. Now, this is what somebody else thinks about this. And that's an interesting opinion. So, have a look at that. Because there was talk at the beginning, it was all talk about it being Iranian terrorists that could have done that would have done this and shit. Obviously, an attack on Israel by fucking Iranians and blah blah. But what this opinion is saying is that plainly, if there was any evidence at all that these men were Iranian terrorists, they would not be released on bail. Plainly, the arrests were total bullshit, it says here, to keep the false flag flying. So the convenient arson attack on ambulances prepares public opinion for the resumption of arresting Palestine Action supporters. Despite the High Court ruling, the prescription was unlawful. 2 men, both UK nationals, have been arrested, questioned, and released on bail over London Jewish charity ambulance burnings. So terrorist cell members are just released back into public now. This is what I was saying, right? How strange the story has become. 4 ambulances were set on fire while a crew of Jewish journalists just happened to be conveniently on the scene to film it happening. Then it seems the insurance company covering the ambulances must have decided not to pay out, so the British government generously stepped in and paid for the replacements. Meanwhile, the newly formed terrorist group no one had heard of before notably described Palestine as the land of Israel in both English and Arabic, while claiming responsibility for the attack. So that's a little bit. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the source is for that either. Apart from it says Craig Murray, but where was that written?
Well, I've got that from somewhere else, but I won't give you the name. But yes. It's just an opinion. Again, it's.
But if you know, without like, where does it
come from? In the know.
Is it time for opinions or is it time for having a look? So, men released on bail over Jewish charity ambulance arson attack.
Okay.
Let's come a bit further down here. So they're trying to identify all those. Right. Okay. So this is obviously counter-terrorism police here. This is what does CDR mean, Dad?
Sorry, where you are. Commander, there
you go.
The commander, head of the counter-terrorism policing. Goodness Lord. Carry on.
You want to?
Sure. So they were aged 47 and 45. They were arrested on Wednesday on suspicion of arson with intent to endanger life. And they've now been bailed till April. Commander Helen Flanagan, head of the counter-terrorism police, London, said there were strict bail conditions in place while we continue to investigate their suspected involvement in the incident. We continue to work to try and identify all those involved in this appalling attack, and the investigation team is working round the clock to do this, she said. I'd like to thank the public and particularly the local Jewish community in the area for their continued support, she added, appealing for anyone with information to get in touch with the force. Although the case is not being classed as a terror incident, the Met said the investigation is currently being led by counter-terror officers. What the fuck? Although the case, it's not being classed as a terror incident, the Met said, but the investigation is currently being led by counter-terror officers. Okay, the difference being, I wonder what. The Met previously said the investigation was looking at an Islamist group with potential links to Iran. That's where it's come from, the Met. Following unsubstantiated claims of responsibility by Harakat Ashab al-Yamin al-Islamiyah, the Islamic movement for the people of the right hand. Oh. So there have been, the group has claimed responsibility for a number of arson industries. Sorry. The group has claimed responsibility for a number of similar arson incidents across Europe. Police say that searches have been carried out at addresses in North Wales and Northwest and Central London, where the two men had been arrested, with further searches at two addresses in Northwest London on Wednesday. CCTV from Golders Green showed three men running off after setting the ambulances on fire in the early hours. No injuries were reported, but several explosions due to gas canisters on board the ambulances caused windows of nearby buildings to shatter, while some residents were evacuated. Here they come. Here they come. One's carried petrol, one's got a lighter, and the other guy's got a backup torch.
Lucky didn't fucking set themselves on fire. What a bunch of fucking dickheads.
Aren't they?
And of course, with the gas canisters inside, things like oxygen tanks and that, I bet that made hell of an explosion.
Oh yeah, like I said, shattered building windows. Is that a residential street too? Is that naughty?
Yeah.
Because there you go. And doing that in a residential street is proper fucking naughty.
On a residential store, oh my God, I didn't even think of that for a second till I saw that. But you're absolutely right. I just wanted to see here. Did it say that they'd been charged and bailed, or is it just bailed pending an investigation?
Just bailed, I think.
Yeah, bailed and pending an investigation. Is it? But they've been arrested on
suspicion. Yeah, they're arrested on suspicion.
Yeah, so they've not even been charged. They've not. I will admit, it's weird that they haven't even been charged with anything yet. Like, that is strange. Like, yeah, that is. I will say that, but like, I think Smack Salad said something quite powerful before. Now, let me find it. Bear with me just a moment, and I'll find it here.
The Dabulance. That's fucking brilliant.
Right. There you go. Never put down to conspiracy something that can easily be answered by incompetence. This is the Met Police we're talking about. And I think that's probably the most reasonable take on that.
But the Met Police did it.
But what?
The Met Police did it.
No, they're fucked up. They're shit. That's why we're not seeing. That's why I haven't seen the charges yet. That's why they're on bail. Basically, never attribute to malice what could be attributed to stupidity. And nobody is more stupid than the Met Police, is what that's saying.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that story. You know that story now? Are we done with it? Are we over?
We can go, isn't it? We can't go further than that. As far as in that story.
Yeah, it's unfolding too. We'll know more as hopefully people get arrested and things, and then we'll understand some more. So, should we flick over to something a bit political, a bit more political that we
could do.
We shall. So we're going to go over to Sky News at the moment. They did a report recently about some changes that are being made.
Changes.
And this could spell a bit of disaster for Reform UK. So this is why the So this is why the foreign donor report could hit Reform's UK's finances.
Why could this report kneecap Reform UK's funding? The Rycroft Review, an invest.
Kneecap.
I know, but I won't tell you. I know what this is about. I know.
But yeah, kneecap the act, not kneecap the band. There you go.
Investigation into foreign interference into UK politics, and it's triggered 2 major changes by the government. One into big money donors from overseas, the other into crypto. From now, Brits abroad will have a cap of £100,000 a year to give to political parties back home. Ministers say it's to stop Russian interference.
Oh,
Picture of Starmer. I'm just going to put the kettle on, son.
£1,000 a year? Oh, how will they survive?
Pointing to this man.
I apologise, Mr. Gill.
No comment, no comment, no comment.
Nathan Gill, a former Reform UK leader in Wales, who was jailed for accepting bribes for making pro-Russian statements.
So we know that they're attempting to do these things. We know that there is a channel through which they can funnel money, and it is only right that we should seek to safeguard the integrity of the democratic system.
The change will hit this man, Christopher Harborne, who has...
I still think, before we move on from this, I still think that Nigel Farage is a Russian agent. That's my opinion, that's my thoughts, and my reason for believing that, I'll walk you through it. It's quite simple. If you look at the things that Nathan Gill was found to have done, right, he was found to talk in sympathetic terms of Russia, to glaze them up, not in such a way that's like, Russia are the best, we must all be Russia, let's join Russia now. Not in an obvious way. Like, when asked about him or when he bring him up, it was always something, quite glazy, but quite vague as well, like, well, he's a leader that I really respect. And these are things that have also been said by Nigel Farage. He's famously said that of all the political figures that he admires the most, Vladimir Putin. Oh, Vladimir Putin, I admire him more than I admire the others. And he's saying all these very Nathan Gill-esque stuff, except Nathan Gill is in jail right now.
This whole fucking thing's a nonsense, isn't it? The whole fucking thing. Wars and shit, fucking. Sorry, I'm going to drift. I don't know. I won't drift off the fucking subject, but it's just. I mean, it's really starting to fucking grip my shit. The amount of shit we're getting to put up with, the shit that we're drowning in shit. Are we not?
We are.
Just drowning in it, mate, and it's costing us. I sometimes wonder if it isn't deliberate, just to make sure that our brightest and best are killed in wars, so the rest of us dumb fucks can be easier led. I wonder,
Fuck knows. I tell you what, though, Chief's got it right here. He's put, I don't like Putin, but he is a successful political actor. That is exactly that. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for quoting Nigel Farage and Nathan Gill there. Nathan Gill, who's in jail for,
for being a proper fucking spy, the twat.
Mugabe was a successful political actor. Fucking Hitler was a successful political actor. I mean, he made it all the way to the top.
Shelley Moat, take care. Missed you saying ta-ra there. Sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. I went a bit prematurely. Take care, Shelley Moat. It's good to see you.
No links to Russia, but has given £22 million to Nigel Farage's parties since 2018. This is what Nigel Farage told me when I asked him about his biggest donor back in December.
I think what he wants to do, really, is to try and help us get onto a level playing field with the trade union-funded Labour Party.
Those donations curbed from today if the legislation goes through. Also put on pause for now, cryptocurrency donations. The only party that takes donations in crypto, Reform UK.
As of now, we are the first political party.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they were the only ones that were taking crypto. Fucking dodgy bastards. Are they trading in Tate's shit?
Fucking traitorous twat.
The crypto bros. Fucking hell. Oh, God. This man and his fucking shit won't ever stop. The gift that keeps on grifting.
In Britain who can accept donations in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
Ministers say you just don't know where money originates from when donated using crypto, meaning it could come from...
That's the point. That's
when
the point.
When it was announced in Parliament, they fucking walked out. These fucking Farage and his chums, they all fucking walked out, fucked off, straight over to Sky News to complain, to bitch about it. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
It is.
It's fucking crazy, mate. The man is Farage is taking the piss out of British democracy. He really is.
He's not just taking the piss out of it. He's taking a piss on it. He's ripping it to pieces and
Yeah, he
pissing on it.
he needs to fucking stop.
Right. So basically, how do I describe crypto? Right. So here's how I describe crypto. It's like money, only extremely fucking dodgy. And I think that's about it. I don't know either. I'm also clueless as to how cryptocurrency works. But based on what this dude's saying here,
come on back, Prank. Forgive us and come back.
Do you know? Yeah, if you're listening, Prank, jump on, mate. We need a crypto chat. But my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, Prank, if you're listening. No, but my understanding of this is that crypto, the way it's being used in politics currently, that's what I'm trying to get at. The reason why it would be useful in this particular context is if we just think of crypto as money, of which the origins can be obscured, so you don't know where it's come from. And obviously that is a huge political problem, isn't it? Because if we have an entire system of people who are claiming to represent the people who are being funded by, you don't know who, like it lends itself to all sorts of issues. You don't know who's really, funding your government or funding a potential government, political parties, oppositions. You don't know who's got their finger in the pie there. It could be anybody. And in the case of Reform, it's been proven that Russia has a finger in those profits, don't they? In those pies. They are absolutely rolling in it. Nathan Gill is a great example of that. He's in jail right now.
Where have you gone?
A hostile.
Oh, am I here?
Yeah. You went though, and you've got
to go. No.
No. Speak. Say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
That's okay. Crack on.
State like Russia.
Can't have back channels through which the Kremlin can funnel millions or even billions of pounds to try and influence British elections.
Can you substantiate that allegation? As a Reform UK got money from the Kremlin through either?
I'm not blaming Reform UK in any way. These rules apply equally to all political parties.
So why are they doing this? The report's author.
Yeah, these apply to all of them, but they'll affect Reform more than they affect everybody else. And that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
fucking dodgy people. What do you expect? It's full of fucking dodgy, fucking failed conservatives and shitheads. What do you expect from them?
Tory 2.0. It's fucking Tory lights. They're at it again. It's like Disney books, but the itchy and scratchy version.
That's it. Yeah.
Dodgy digital.
I'm just gonna make that cup of tea. Excuse me.
The Harborough gave Reform 9 million, but he didn't use crypto. I'm not entirely too sure. They're the only party that gets them at the moment. Should we have a look? Should we find out? Let's find that out. Let's have a look. How much exactly? Remember, just a Burke. So, but they are the only party that's accepted them at the moment, which is just fucking great. How much in crypto to file taxes? No. How much in crypto have Reform UK received? Have a little search with me, guys. Let's look together. So there's a lot of stuff about the overseas. Let's go on all, not just news. Oh no, that is all. Okay, so let's see if we can find a straight answer to this. Crypto investor based in Thailand donates another 3 million to Reform, on top of his record of 9 million last summer. That's Hathorn. Is that crypto investor? Right. Okay. So Harborne. Fucking hell. Christopher Harborne gift his latest party election. Worcester. Donations. No way. Go away. There you go. Nigel Farage's party. But crypto specifically. So Harborne is a Thailand-based, gave 10 million in the campaign, but it doesn't say that he gave it over in crypto, even though that's how he earns his money, isn't it? Okay, I'm not seeing directly, unless I'm typing in the wrong thing. Maybe the Canary will have it. There you go, has received. So we're talking tens of millions anyways, aren't we? Because I saw 9 over here and fucking, let's have a look. I saw some numbers just before. We're looking for the numbers, guys. How much have they been given in Right, okay, that's not it either. I'm sure it said 10 million before. Oh, there you go. So it has already received at least £12 million from crypto investor, but that's just the investor alone. So now we're going to all right, okay, now I'm going to have to copy that. Sorry, Dad?
I'm back. Daddy's back. Daddy's back. Daddy's back. Da-na-na-na-na.
What I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to figure out how much money Reform has made through crypto. Now, I've seen that I'm looking at the Canary and stuff, and it's saying about Christopher Harborn, who keeps coming up in this conversation. He is a cryptocurrency investor, and Reform has already received £12 million from him. However, I don't know if that's based on if that's actual currency or cryptocurrency. You know, whether it's money made from his investments or whether it's, you know, part of his investment, you know, just chucking in cryptocurrency.
I'm saying, right, so they've received money from him, but not necessarily crypto. Is it? Or has it been crypto?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It probably has.
So as far as I'm aware, right. Okay, so I'm trying to see how much. This is how it started. This is the rabbit hole.
So Chiefy says, right, go on.
Cryptocurrency. I know. I read that bit before, and that's what got me
All
down the hole.
All right. Look what you've done, Chiefy.
So now we're on this question. We've moved on to this one here. How much did Reform get in crypto donations? And I'm not seeing a fixed number at all. Only that they have said that, you know, in 2025 that they are promising a crypto revolution. The party will start to accept crypto donations. It's received at least 12 million from cryptocurrency investors, but
okay,
that's not saying that they paid him in thingy. But the whole story as a whole, I mean, if his plans are, if he isn't already accepting crypto donations, it's obvious that his plans are, because that's what he said, and we heard him before saying exactly that from his own mouth.
So it can be untraced. That's what I mean. That's the stuff he loves, because he's that kind of a fucking bloke. He's a dodgy fucker, and he's no use to this country. I'm telling you, no use at all.
No, I completely agree with you. Yeah, he's a right scammy figure. So they're obviously exploiting a very obvious and gaping loophole in the political finance system with the use of cryptocurrency. Obviously, those laws need to be updated. But yeah, there you go. There is no official crypto figure, but they do accept it. See, if you've searched for it, Michael, and you've not found it, I'm going to stop searching for that number, just because you find the most obscure things when we say, like, hey, does anyone know this? Michael will go away and find it. You know, that's what he's doing. So I probably won't be able to find it, and we'll keep the show going. But in general, though, the idea that a political party is actively seeking traceless donations is a big red flag. That is a big red flag. We don't know how much they've had already up to this point. Sorry about that, Chief. I didn't quite get you an answer to that. And this thing here about 9 million, but he didn't use crypto. At that point, I guess they weren't taking on crypto donations. So I'm going to say that Harborn hasn't actually, that I know of. I can't find any proof of that. But it's a fascinating subject, because all you have to do if you want to buy a political party, if politicians are for sale, cryptocurrency. That cuts out lobby groups, that cuts out all those other loopholes, all of it. Think tanks.
And gives foreign actors direct access. Do you see that? Can you see that advert there? I'm just a little aside. You see that advert there? That bloke holding the shoe.
Yeah.
It says over 12 stone. This Japanese fat switch insole is flying off the shelves. See that little thing there? It's got a couple of buttons in it. So what they do is they make you run these things, and if you weigh less, these buttons weigh you, and if they weigh less than 12 stone, it won't let you stop running.
Is that what it is, right?
Yeah, that's really how it works.
Is it? I feel like, are you sure?
It doesn't matter. Well, it's an opinion. Okay, it's not actual coding. I didn't do the firmware. It's an opinion.
Oh, do you know what we're going to have to do for a laugh? We're going to have to create a whole thing for this. Where we're going to have to do...
So the cat crept in, crapped some fucking crypto, and crept out again.
So there you go. 9G's opinion.
What have you made one up? Where's this? Oh, I see. 9G's opinion. All right. 90s opinion. I need that button.
And you can hit that whenever it's in the banner section. There you go.
Banners.
At the very bottom.
Gosh, we've got a few, haven't we?
We do have a few. We need to delete a couple so it's easier to scroll through or use them. But yeah, so this now, I think this is going to be a good thing for politics. Maybe not a good thing for reform, but certainly a good thing for politics in general. I think that when it comes to this sort of backdoor entries into our political system that, allows people to sneak in.
Matron. Backdoor entries into where?
I know, the backdoor Palentry. As soon as you said backdoor, I started thinking Polanski. Woo! Let me calm down a minute. No. But no, yeah, the backdoor entry into the country, you dirty foreign actor. You can enter my country with your crypto.
Your fucking endless money.
With your big fat crypto wallet.
Good. That'll keep fucking Elon and people out with a bit of luck. It'll help to keep them out anyway.
But it does this.
Other people have. I mean, people who aren't, who are not from Britain, who are not British, have no business in British politics. Just that simple.
It doesn't. This thing. Here's a question though, Nad. Does this? Let's have a look at it a bit more. In fact, I want to have a look at the actual. Obviously, we get this. All dodgy funding in politics must stop. And I think it's great that we're now finally catching up with crypto, even though no parties are using it. I mean, let's be ahead of the curve. I totally get it. But this doesn't stop the think tanks and the lobbyist groups. So the rules, as far as I understand them, and I could be completely wrong. I've never studied in this field. This is just my understanding. But the rules, as I understand them, are if you're receiving a donation as a political party, especially a large, sizable one, you've typically got to disclose, for transparency reasons, who donated. And there is a sort of a bunch of restrictions, however loose or whatever. There is a bunch of restrictions in place that prevent certain elements, certain actors, certain networks from being able to donate. But for the longest of times, we've now learned that think tanks and things like that, they are a big backdoor into that system. They're a way to bypass that. See, what they do is if you're, say, I don't know, I'm just going to use them as an example. If you're, say, Israel, right, and you want to be able to donate a whole bunch of money to the Labour Party, for example, right? Now, instead of just directly Netanyahu, phoning up his buddy Starmer and sending him a PayPal link or whatever, do you know what I mean? Instead of doing that, or instead of directly sending it to the Labour Party in whatever way they do it, what they will do is they'll set up a third party, like a think tank or a lobbyist group, right? Now, these lobbyist groups, they don't have to declare where they get their money from. So they could be funded by anybody and everybody, and then use that money to then put into the Labour Party. And the Labour Party can say, yeah, we got this donation from this lobby or this think tank and X, Y, and Z. Because they don't have to declare their connections to these other groups or where they get their money from, because there's no transparency laws. That's it. It's that simple. They just fall right through the gaps. They just, no one knows where that money comes from. It's obvious in a lot of cases, but other cases, not so.
Yeah. And this is exactly why it needs doing, because people like Chief say, well, how much did they get in crypto donations? You can't prove a thing. And that's exactly why it needs sorting out.
Yeah, the answer is we don't know. We don't know yet.
We don't know, and we should know. We need to know.
Yeah. Fucking, I love Jim. Jim, you're a star. I feel like Farage would take donations in the form of cash my gold directly to his office.
He would too. Bloody would too.
He fucking would, yeah. There you go. You can spend crypto on dabulances.
on Smack's dabulance. That's fantastic.
This time I had a dab, I needed a dabulance.
Yeah. I could do with a pipe. I don't know.
Do it, Dab. Let's have a little pipe break. So yeah, I think that's a really fascinatingly interesting story. But there's not enough teeth to this one. Yes, it's great that we're looking at. Here you are, look, it even says here, swimming in donations from lobbyists of foreign powers, shady corporate interests, indeed pro-Israeli lobby figures, even gained leading roles in the government's foreign interference probe in late 2025. An important point in Rycroft's report was that it's not just traditional global foes that are pushing for influence, that was tough to say, but also traditional allies like the United States. In this context, the Electoral Reform Society Director Jess Garland has encouraged the government to take even stronger action by introducing a cap on how much all donors can give to the party, not just those abroad. The public strongly support this, she said, and it would help prevent our politics from being swamped with massive donations, which now frequently reach into multiple millions. This is the true reform. Labour. Sorry, go on. What you going to say, then, Dad?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I was just on my way back.
Oh, you're just on your way back. I was just saying then. I don't know if you heard that from the other room. Then, did you?
No, I didn't. I'll be honest.
No, don't worry about it. So yeah, we were just talking about then. So let's come up here. This was an interesting part here. So an important point in the Rycroft's report was that it's not just traditional global foes pushing for influence, but also traditional allies like the United States. In this context, Electoral Reform Society Director Jess Garland has encouraged the government to take even stronger action by introducing a cap on how much all donors can give to the parties, not just ones based abroad. The public is strongly supporting this, she said, and it would help prevent our politics from being swamped with massive donations, which now frequently reach into the multiple millions.
So, right. So the chief says in its February letter to their national security strategy, the Electoral Commission said that to date, no political party has reported any donations that they have identified as crypto assets. Well, I mean, it seems, is that for real, or is that because there seems plenty of people saying that, you know, there's money all over the fucking place through crypto.
I don't know. It's a tough one. They're saying that they will have this function in place, or they do have this function in place. I'm not too sure when it was. I can't remember. We had a look before about when it was announced that they would. So as far as I'm aware...
Now, I just want to add to this. Now, Chief says, right, no political parties reported any donations. That's fine. But if you look up, just up here, above it, where it says, this is true for Reform, Labour, the Tories and the Liberal Democrats. Indeed, Labour together, which Reid himself once directed, has itself received millions of pounds to exert massive influence over the Labour Party and its current cabinet. So it doesn't need to go directly to the party itself, Chief. It can go to one of these organisations like, I don't know what they are they Quangos or something? Labour Together, who take the money and then they bring the influence to bear. It's all in place, mate. They're way ahead of us. Fucking way ahead of us. They are. Farage says they've begun. That was when? October 23rd, 2025.
But that was, it says the donations have begun.
Yeah.
Let's find now, because it did say earlier that they were receiving, but it was not unfortunate, but it was less than they'd expected, which of course they would fucking say, wouldn't they? Let's have a quick listen to this now.
From Britain's populist party to Amazon's cloud outage, this is Crypto Weekly. British Populist Party Reform UK's leader Nigel Farage told Reuters the party had started receiving crypto donations, but he...
Oh, there you go then. So he told Reuters that the party has started receiving crypto donations. So they are getting crypto. As of October 2025, they were receiving crypto donations, confirmed by Nigel Farage to Reuters. So that is evidence that they do receive it then. So there you go. We answered that question. It's obviously the other question is, how much did they receive in crypto? That I feel is going to be a much harder answer to get, and I think that is probably
it's about who's receiving it, isn't it? And as we showed just before, you don't have to give it directly to the party. You can give it to an organisation that will bring that is set up to take that money and reply by using influence directly to the fucking cabinet. That's what it said, wasn't it? It doesn't matter about going back to it, but yeah. So yeah, it's not at all surprising, as Chief says, that to date, no political party has reported any donations. They
But
don't
here he is. He
because
said
they're giving it to their
Reuters.
mates instead.
But here he is last year telling Reuters.
Indirectly. We've heard of indirectly, haven't we? Yeah, go on.
But like, when was October? Like 6-8 months ago, something like that. And
Yeah.
he said that we've already started receiving crypto donations.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then obviously, but this story is framed around how he's denying that it was copying Donald Trump's playbook. But I mean, because this was October, obviously, it isn't in the context we're talking about now. But this is proof that the Reform Party is receiving crypto donations. So despite that, where it says that there is no,
He denied it was copying Donald Trump's
Here is the
playbook
evidence.
as it seeks support from the digital asset industry. Speaking at a crypto conference in London, Farage sought to position himself as the only hope for UK crypto businesses. Japan's financial regulator has considered allowing members of banking groups to launch cryptocurrency trading services. That was the word from the country's Nikkei newspaper. It reported the move aimed to expand market access and promote competition. Japan's Financial Services Agency has also looked into lifting a ban on banks from buying and holding cryptocurrencies for investment. Canada's anti-money laundering regulator said it had imposed a $126 million fine on money services business Zeltox Enterprises Limited. It's the largest ever penalty given out by the agencies. Authorities said Zeltox did not submit suspicious transaction reports. Britain's markets regulator has filed a lawsuit against HTX, a global crypto.
So there you go. Yeah, that kind of proved all I wanted to see from this report at the moment, which was that the Reform leader saying that they have begun receiving donations. So yeah,
and they'll report it when they need to, as Jim says there. Maybe they just haven't had to fucking report it to the EC yet. Now, Nigel alluded to a couple of donations that launched. If it's £20 worth, it wouldn't be. Come on, geez. Come on, man. Yeah. Fair play. You do give us some comedy. Right, where are we going now, Lou?
Oh, it was a funny one. But no, it was an interesting thing, and it took us down. It really helped put that story a bit more in depth and understand the situation.
That's cool. Living and learning.
I appreciate that. That was cool. It was cool to learn. So let's have a look at where were we now? So we saw a lot of the drop in age and stuff. Let me move for that. Where was it? Here we go. There you go. There's a couple of news. If it allow me to scroll, let me move. Here's a news story, and we'll make this the final news story before we shoot off, because I got to sort my doggies out.
Your doggies. So what are we doing? Ooh, I nearly closed the bloody window. Right. Yes. Good old Starmer, still trying to get us into the fucking wall. If you just have a bit of patience, it'll come. Don't worry, it's on its way. Mr. D, just before we leave that subject, okay? Because Mr. DeWitt's turned up. Good evening, Mr. DeWitt. Good to see you. Saying Reform's biggest donor is a crypto investor based in Thailand, Christopher Harborn, has given them over 20 million in the last few years. Yes, but it seems, DeWitt, that Chief claims that he hasn't given it through crypto. He's given it through whatever, through the
cold
banks.
hard cash.
Cold hard, fucking yeah. Who knows? Gold, giving it to him in gold. Right. So I'm sorry. Back to Starmer trying to get into the war.
Go on.
UK armed forces authorised to board Russian tankers in British waters. Okay, Prime Minister approves tougher action against shadow fleet of oil vessels attempting to evade sanctions. Okay, so this is right. Let's see what it says, young fella. You want to scroll?
Yes, I do. I'm so sorry. I was just reading this comment here. Then
what are you doing? Gone fishing? Noted economic migrant Christopher Harborn. Yes, yeah. Tax. Oh my God! Run. Okay, UK armed forces have been authorised to board Russian oil tankers in British waters, Downing Street has said, in an escalation against Moscow's sanction-evading shadow fleet. This is weird, right? And I'll tell you why it's weird. before it goes out of my fucking head. America has dropped a lot of its fucking sanctions against Russian oil imports and exports, hasn't it? Is that an I don't know. How much of an escalation is this against? I mean, it does make sense in a war, as we pretty much are for all intents and purposes. It does make, we want to keep those boats in a war. Any of them could be loaded with explosives, could be loaded with fucking short-range missile, anything. Could be dropped mines, all that stuff. So we do need to keep the fuckers away. The Royal Navy has previously joined allies in actions against the vessels. Last week, it helped track a sanctioned Russian oil tanker in the Med, which was then boarded by the French Navy. But the Prime Minister's move will mean that British armed forces or law enforcement will be able to go further to tackle the fleet of often aging tankers using false national flags or opaque ownership structures to export Russian crude oil while avoiding Western sanctions. More than 600 vessels have been targeted by sanctions from the EU, UK and US. The new rules would apply only to those sanctioned by the UK. Starmer will on Thursday head to Helsinki for the Joint Expeditionary Force Summit, a UK-led alliance focused on maritime security involving 10 NATO members, which will discuss ways to combat Russia. I used to think the Joint Expeditionary Force Summit was something to do with explorers, off to climb mountains and stuff, but obviously not. And other JEF members, such as Finland, Sweden, and Estonia, have carried out operations against suspected Shadow Fleet vessels in the Baltic, and there are loads of them. While the hope is to hamper Russia's economy and thus its war efforts in Ukraine, Russia warned that action against Shadow Fleet vessels could cause direct conflict. A senior Russian official said Moscow could deploy its navy to protect Russian-linked vessels from potential European seizures. Nikolai Patrushev, a former FSB director who heads Russia's maritime board, last month said the country's navy should be ready to counter what he described as Western piracy. You're a pirate, aren't you, J.O.? You know about it.
I am officially a pirate. Officially.
Yeah. John Healey, the defence secretary, suggested the use of military options against sanctioned vessels in January, saying any oil seized could be sold with the proceeds sent to Ukraine. That month, 23 Shadow Fleet ships using false or fraudulent flags were spotted in the Channel of Baltic Sea. The Channel is one of the busiest, I think it's the busiest piece of waterway in the world, possibly.
When they say like false or foreign flags, right? And what I like the idea of is like somebody being like, mate, that's not even like a proper Nike flag. That's a fucking like a hike flag. Do you know what I mean? Like a cheap knockoff. Like they're patrolling the waters to find the quality of everybody's flags. That's a fake flag, that. Fucking take it down.
Made in China, that one. Right, yeah.
Made in China.
So there were 23 Shadow Fleet ships using false or fraudulent flags. They were spotted in the Channel or Baltic Sea, according to Lloyd's List intelligence. Many are linked to the export of Russian oil, largely by water, to China, India, and Turkey. I want to tell you something about Lloyd's, who do the maritime. They're responsible for all the, not all, but by far the majority of maritime insurance, or they used to be. They insure my welding. My welding is automatically insured by Lloyd's. Just saying. Many are linked to the export of Russian oil, largely by water to China, India, and Turkey. Starmer said Putin's rubbing his hands at the war in the Middle East because he thinks higher oil prices will let him line his pockets. That's why we're going after his Shadow Fleet even harder. Not just keeping Britain safe, but starving Putin's war machine of the dirty profits that fund his barbaric campaign in Ukraine.
It's mad.
He wants direct conflict with Russia. He'll get it sooner or later. I'm fucking sure he will. He and his cronies should be in no doubt we will always defend our sovereignty and stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes. In January, the UK supported US forces as they pursued and then seized a tanker called Bella 1, which had been renamed Marinera and flagged to Russia in the Atlantic. After the seizure, UK ministers ordered plans to be drawn up with options for British forces to carry out similar operations. Before any ship is boarded, its situation will be examined by law enforcement, military, and energy market specialists, with a recommendation made to ministers. Seizure could be followed by criminal proceedings against the owners, operators, and crew for breaches of UK sanctions legislation. Yeah, he wants a piece of this oil as well, doesn't he? He wants to seize and sell some of this oil. Well, you greedy little bugger. I guess it all helps, eh? Fuck. I mean, yeah, but these ships, right, they are absolutely, these are ships that wouldn't be insured normally because they have to be inspected every so often. And they will have failed all the inspections, and they'll have failed their re-inspections, and they should really be on the way to the scrapyard. But some people, for enough dollar, are prepared to fucking come and man these things, turn into a fucking captain, and take them to Russia and shit, and run against the sanctions and take their fucking chance against the people on our side that are trying to stop them. It's these are big amounts of money, you know. I mean, 1 or 2 trips for a pilot will probably set him up. You know, he'll be able to buy a small business, settle down with his wife. It's, you know, it's fucking huge money involved. So it will attract the very, very, well, the worst of humanity, won't it? That's why there's so fucking many of them floating around in ships that, you know, one decent storm and they'll break up and sink. And they know it, you know. Terrible fucking thing.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's pretty much it for now, but I wanted to sort of vaguely discuss tomorrow's show. So we're going to go live at 5 tomorrow. And I'm going to have, I'm working on some bits. I didn't want to title this show anything specific, which is why the thumbnail was a picture of Danny DeVito in the wild, eating crisps and drinking pop. Yeah, I didn't want to title it or do anything specific for it because obviously we're just going to go through headlines and, you know, have a laugh and stuff. But what I think tomorrow is going to be about is there's a couple of stories, but kind of related to that because you're talking about the oil, you're talking about the war in Iran and stuff. There's a big major story that's just dropping that not a lot of people are talking about that should be talking about more, is the fact that there is potentially insider trading happening around the events of the war and the oil prices, and disaster capitalists are doing exactly what they do. And oh god, it's horrendous, isn't it?
Trump's one, yeah. You know, and he's you know, he's admitted pretty much that he's doing it, you know, because he's noted that whenever he says Russia are fucking negotiating, the price comes down, and he's made a, you know, he gets to buy stuff, and then when Russia go, we fuck, and the price goes up again, he sells that oil he's just bought. Fucking, what could be better to be at the top of that chain? That really is top of the fucking food chain, that, isn't it? That man will come out of there if he lives through this, because he's an old man and he's not well. But if he lives through this, I think he'll retire a trillionaire.
Yeah, do you reckon he's lined his pockets enough? He'll be a trillionaire by the time he leaves.
Absolutely, I think this will make him the trillionaire. These few years.
I'll tell you what, then. How about you can write a piece about why you think Trump's going to be a trillionaire potentially. We could do a whole thing about it. We'll pre-write it. We'll get it all sorted, and we're going to have
in a day.
Hey,
in a day?
You wouldn't be able to do it in a day.
What? No.
Just the one story, just a little story, just the cheeky story.
Oh, just the tip then.
Just the tip then. On that note, on the just the tip note. Right. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for
love and peace, guys. Yeah. Love and peace to everybody.
Love and peace. Catch us later, guys. Thanks for being here, listening to our ramblings. Tomorrow we'll have a planned stream for you, but until then, bye-byes.